Hey, what's up everybody, this is Kyle back at you with another video review, and continuing on with my review of the WWE Legends Series 15, today we're going to be taking a look at the Target exclusive WWE Legends Series 15, Kane. Yes, aside from X-Pac, this was the one I was looking forward to the most. This is honestly my favorite version of Kane, like my favorite time periods, and they've tried doing a few figures of this version, and it's always very hard to find. They did the ringside exclusive, then the Decade of Domination, which I never ever found, and now this one. So thank God we finally got it. I'm very excited for this, and definitely not just this version, but I'm also excited for that belt, because that was my childhood right there, and I'll explain more than that later on. But before we do so, take a look at the freaking awesome packaging first. Anyways, we got a picture of Kane from that era. WWE Legends, Kane, picture of him there. Late collection, of course. Same stuff over here. On the back has his bio and stats. You can pause it right there if you want to read. And the other figures in the set, we got Lex Luger, Stacy Keibler, and of course X-Pac. Lex Luger is actually kind of hard to find. He seems to be like these two, Lex Luger and Kane. They seem to be the like the hard ones to get. Luger sells out like right away. Kane, I might find like one or two left. Stacy Keibler is the biggest show former of the whole set. Like, I was just at Target the other day and they had like, I think about 7 of these. And they had about 5 X-Pac. So it's funny how it's split right down the middle. These two sell really well. These two are show formers. That's kind of funny. Stacy Keibler starting to grow on me, like the figure, but I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. Anyway, so Lex Luger coming soon as I can track him down. And X-Pac I reviewed last week. So if you have not seen that, check out my review of X-Pac. Anyways, that does it for the packaging. So let's open up Kane and see what we got. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we have Kane out of the packaging, and this figure is freaking awesome. Man, this figure rules. I have a couple minor issues with it, but it's still a fan-freaking-tastic figure. He looks awesome. Alright, let's get into it. First up, his accessories. He comes with 2 pairs of hands. He has these kind of hand signing hands. We actually saw these recently with the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy, the one that just came out. I mean, they're kind of cool hand signs, I guess. And then just a pair of gripping hands. And then the one that kind of drew me to the figure, aside from the outfit, this bad boy, the World Tag Team Championship. Man, this brings back so many memories from when I was growing up. This was the tag team title on Raw. That was around back in the day. And then we had these for SmackDown. Yeah, so this was Raw Tag Team title. This was SmackDown Tag Team title. Except this was the World Tag Team title. This was WWE Tag Team title. But as you can see by the colors, this was on SmackDown. That was on Raw. As both of these bring back so many memories. Still need to get doubles of these so I can have, you know, the pair. But it's awesome to see this. They need to include this more often. I mean, it's a very popular belt. It's actually pretty valuable online, so I'm glad we got another chance to get this. Like, I miss this design so much. Like, I wish they would bring it back. I remember as a kid being so mad when they combined these tag team titles together to create these. I mean, I like this design, but it doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold a candle to these two. So, and apparently there's a rumor Triple H is going to redesign some of the belts. Hopefully we get something similar to these, because this would be awesome. But like I said, it looks great. Great detail on it. So many memories with this. So much nostalgia. Now into Kane himself. Now this is not the Kane I grew up with, because you may think this was what I grew up with since I grew up with this belt. This belt was around until I think 2010. But this Kane is like from the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, before he took off his mask. Even though the version I grew up on was like 07, 08, 09, 2010. This is still my favorite version of Kane, not just because of the outfit and the mask, but also because of how he was booked. He was booked like a beast back then. So this will always be my favorite version of Kane. We got a new head sculpt, and it looks really good. I don't know, I think the facial hair is a little bit too dark for me. I think it should be, you know, more like faded, like this. But that's fine. The mask looks great with the red and black, and the hair looks good too. And no, the mask does not come off. This is actually the first time that the mask does not come off. I mean, I think on the Decade of Domination one, we got a alternate head where the mask where it was like his bald head when he first took it off, and then I think the other head you could take the mask off if you wanted to. But this one, I think this is the first time we got a head sculpt where the mask is actually molded on, so you can't take it off. Looks fine. He's got the standard black arm gauntlet here with the studs here. Got the elbow pads. Of course, the singlet with all the buckles and everything. Very nice singlet. Well, I guess you could say bodysuit. Great, and I love these knee pads. Like looks like black blood. Very cool. And these boots are really cool. I wish he would have wore these boots more often, like throughout his career, not just this time period. But it's so cool, man. Now, because of the way he's posed in the packaging, like he's posed in the packaging like this, you run the risk of damaging the arms, like the shoulders and the biceps. Like if I zoom in here, you can see his bicep is like on the verge of like popping off. So when you get this figure, be very, very careful. Be very careful. And I can hardly even move the shoulder because it's so stiff from being in that position. I don't want to break it. So like I said, if you plan on buying this figure to open and use in stop motion or whatever, be very careful. Because I might want to warm this up with a hairdryer or some of that to kind of loosen up, or hot water. So as of right now, that's as far down as the arm pin goes. Oh, well. For comparison, here he is with one of the other Elite Kanes I have, and that is Elite Series 22. It's the same mold, pretty much. But I'm glad they got rid of this paint on the boot, because this paint is really sticky. Like, this is like a hair and dust magnet. But thank God they got rid of that paint on these boots. And I do have a couple other Kane Elites. I didn't feel like digging them out. Anyways, our articulation, pretty much what to expect for a Kane figure, as well as the new Elites nowadays. Head rotates 360. You can go up and down a little bit. Arms 360. They can actually go in and out, even though mine's very stiff. Rotate the bicep. Once again, very careful. Double jointed elbow. It is slightly hindered by the elbow pad, so you might want to take that off for certain poses. Rotate the wrist and hinge at the wrist. Ab crunch, that far forward and that far back. Kind of disappointing. Waist, legs forward that far, which stinks because you can't really do the big boot. And back to original position, in and out, thigh, double jointed knee. Swivel the boot, hinge the ankle. It's an older boot mold, so it's not stiff. And the slight ankle pivot. So great figure. So I'm glad that we finally got this version as a regular release. And hopefully we get more of this, because this version of Kane seems to be very popular with the collectors, because every time they make it, it's very hard to find. So if you missed out on the other two, you probably don't want to miss out on this one. So, quick final thoughts. Overall, I'm very impressed with this figure. I mean, this figure is really, really great. Love the gear. Love that he comes with the World Tag Team title. Brings back so many memories. Like, we need that belt more often. So, Mattel, please include this belt and this belt more often. Please. Please. Like I said, it looks great. My only real complaint with it is the way he's posed in the packaging. You run the risk of breaking the shoulders and the biceps when you pose them after taking out the package. So, be very careful. But aside from that, really no real complaints aside from that. So I'd say if you missed out on the ringside exclusive Kane and the Decade of Domination Kane figure from this era, definitely pick this one up. I mean, or even if you have the other two, this is still a great figure to get. And this might be my favorite figure of the series. I mean, I thought X-Pac was the best, but no, this might be. I don't know, we'll see what happens when we get Luger in hand. And this might be my favorite Kane figure that I have so far. Because I only have like 3 Elite Kanes. This is my 3rd one. So, great figure. Like I said, just be careful with the bicep and the shoulder when you take him out of the package. Aside from that, great figure. So pick him up if you can. Like I said, he is one of the harder ones to get. Him and Lex Luger, take a shot. Him and Lex Luger are the hardest ones to get. So definitely happy hunting with that. Kane's not as hard to find for Lex Luger. I mean, Lex Luger's like, you can't find him at all. Kane, you might find 1 or 2. So I say, if you find him, pick him up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Check out last week's review, which was the X-Pac. Stay tuned for a review of the Lex Luger and maybe Stacy Keibler. I don't know. We'll see. And also, be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you get instant notifications when I upload a new video. And stay tuned for more reviews of WWE action figures, AEW action figures, toy hunts, stop motions, and more. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream, and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care.